call me stupid?
I'm so out of love with you. I've got nothing left for you. Nothing. 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 There is nothing here for you.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Therapy Much. My name is Jeremy Scottaglini. I'm a marriage and family therapist licensed in the state of Arizona. And today we are watching a lighthearted, family-friendly comedy, Blue Valentine.
I don't like it.
Why don't you like it? Baby, what'd you do? Just put water in that?
You're a big girl now, huh?
You're a big girl now, sweetheart, so don't have any fun. Hey, Sim, put your seatbelt on. Cindy, put your seatbelt on.
I got it.
Could you please put your seatbelt on?
Okay, so what we just saw might seem small and insignificant, but in the grand scheme of things, it does matter. There's a researcher and therapist, Dr. John Gottman, who tracked emotional bids in couples. An emotional bid is any small gesture that shows that you want to connect with someone. So some examples of this include questions, sharing feelings, asking for help, compliments. What Dr. John Gottman found is that happy couples respond to emotional bids 86% of the time, and unhappy couples respond to emotional bids 33% of the time.
I'll make it. 5, 6, ready, sing.
How many times did I tell you to lock the gate?
So she found the family's dog dead on the side of the road. She's very distressed and upset. She shares this with him with tears in her eyes, and he says,
Lock the gate.
this is blaming, this is criticizing, and this is ignoring his partner's distress. I think it goes without saying that this is the wrong response for creating emotional safety in a relationship. He's hurting inside, but when we take those feelings out on our partner in a tough moment, we can no longer be there to support each other.
Bobby, Ontario.
How come you didn't tell me when we were there?
So I understand why he would feel a type of way about her running into Bobby, her ex. He's the guy that beat him up back when they first started dating. He's also the biological father of their daughter. But you notice the way that he's reacting. She tries from multiple different angles to connect with him. She starts by trying to reassure him,
I wish you'd seen him. I wish you wouldn't feel so bad. He's fat.
which he's not, right? But he's fat, he's a loser, don't worry about it. He goes,
What are you saying that for? That would make me feel better. He's fat.
so she tries a different angle.
I feel like you're upset and I upset you and I'm sorry. And I said the wrong thing.
Passive aggression.
You do whatever you want.
She even expresses some vulnerable feelings.
Shouldn't
I
feel
said
good.
the wrong thing. I'm nervous, okay?
Again, he doesn't respond well to that. What direction is she supposed to go in?
I'm sorry.
Oof. I think she tried really hard on this one to de-escalate things, and he just wasn't having it. If they were in my office, I would ask him, what just happened right there that when I noticed she's trying to reach out, and it seems like you're really not wanting to take in anything she's saying. What are you feeling? It's clear that he's having feelings. It's clear that he's having big emotions, or he wouldn't be acting this way. My goal as a therapist would be to see if we can bring him down from anger and defensiveness down to saying, you know what, I feel hurt, or I feel jealous, or I feel worried or insecure, right? It's okay to feel those things.
What did it feel like when you fell in love? That he didn't really have any regard for me as a person.
As therapists, we try to piece together a person's story, including the generations that came before them and any type of traumas or relationship dynamics that they might have had. Many people end up repeating very similar generational patterns. You heard Grandma say that her husband didn't have any regard for her as a person. That's a big statement. And then in the next scene, we see her father yelling at her mother.
We're supposed to eat this garbage?
Do you want me to make you some eggs?
No! I want you to enjoy your dick.
With her caught in the middle, terrified, like a little girl almost. You notice that? And what I saw from that father, I want to be clear, that's just straight up abuse. Dr. John Gottman, I'll refer to him again because he did some amazing research. He's researched thousands of couples over the years. He found 4 main areas that couples struggle with: defensiveness, criticism, stonewalling, and contempt. Defensiveness and criticism are self-explanatory. Stonewalling is when a partner, they don't have any emotion on their face. They're just silent. They're icing them out. And then contempt is the biggest sign that the relationship is in trouble. Contempt is feeling or expressing that someone is beneath you or not worthy of respect. And the way the father was yelling at the mother in this dinner scene is a perfect example of contempt. From Dr. John Gottman labeling these 4 areas, he was then able to predict with 90+% accuracy which couples he was studying were going to get divorced or not.
Where are we? Huh?
No response.
I thought the whole point of coming here was to have a night without kids.
I just wanted to highlight again the emotional bids that were attempted here.
Hey, did you see this? Hey.
Ignored, ignored, ignored.
Hey, look at me.
I don't think that there's a fridge.
When a couple gets to this point where they're just ignoring each other and they're used to it, right? Because it's not like he's saying, hey, you're ignoring me. What's going on? He's used to this. And vice versa, I'm sure. They're already at a point of what some would say is, living like roommates.
I'd like to see you have a job where you don't have to start drinking at 8 o'clock in the morning to go to it.
No, I have a job that I can drink at 8 o'clock in the morning.
So she kind of brings up her concerns with drinking sort of in passing as they're having this conversation. I think she's hinting at it bothering her. I think she's also hinting at wanting more out of the relationship. But these are things she's not explicitly saying because there's not clear, healthy communication happening in this couple's dynamic.
Blah, 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 blah.
8 a.m. drinking is something that I would definitely want to dive deeper into to understand why he drinks.
What a luxury.
And it's kind of interesting how she expresses.
We rarely sit down and have an adult conversation because every time we do, you take what I say and you turn it around into something that I didn't mean.
Basically what she's saying is, I feel like you become defensive. Ironically, he becomes defensive.
If you're not interested in what I have to say, then maybe I just shouldn't say anything.
They are really struggling. Even when they're sitting down having dinner and trying to talk casually, they're both calm, but things are left unsaid.
This is the dream.
It doesn't ever disappoint you?
Or they're being said in very roundabout ways.
First injection, take a giant breath and cough.
I thought the dentist was bad.
Let it, a little pressure, a little move.
Stop.
Okay.
He was really supportive in that moment outside of the clinic. What, maybe an hour later, he says,
Let's do it. Let's be a family.
I'm curious if the couple's present day dynamic has anything to do with this decision.
What are you saying that for?
He made the decision to say, yes, I will raise the daughter of you and your ex-boyfriend.
Bobby Ontario.
I am wondering if deep down he has any feelings that maybe later on started coming up about that not being his biological daughter. As a person, if you have these feelings come up later, you might feel like, oh no, that's a horrible thing that I'm thinking or feeling. The problem is this could end up coming out later on in the relationship as resentment. As a couples therapist, I have helped people to be open about certain resentments that they have that maybe was really scary to say out loud, or they felt like it's unfair that I feel resentful. And my goal is to share with them that, hey, if we can talk about this resentment, we can work through it and process it and resolve it. If we don't talk about it, then it's still going to be impacting the relationship subconsciously. Real quick, guys, I would like to take a pause to thank today's sponsor, thehugtherapycenter.com. And oh, by the way, that just happens to be my private practice. What are the odds? If you live in the state of Arizona and you're looking for relationship therapy or individual therapy, I got you covered. If you're outside of the state of Arizona, I do offer relationship and individual consultation. Thehugtherapycenter.com. Feel free to check out the website. Now back to the video.
You're scaring us.
Don't say it! I'm a big,
Get out.
I'm a big man.
Get
Will you think about your wife, will you?
Oh my God, that is one of the most chaotic scenes I think I've seen in a movie. But this would be absolutely terrifying. Him coming in intoxicated,
Why don't you just give her a couple minutes?
locking the door.
Don't close that door.
I'm closing the door.
He resorts to violence. She starts hitting. This is a very bad situation. When a couple are capable of becoming this escalated to where even cops are being called or there's any kind of domestic violence, it's often more appropriate to have each of them start with individual therapy instead of couples therapy. If this incident had just recently happened, I probably would not feel comfortable seeing them as a couple just yet. I would have them do individual therapy first. There would also have to be 0 incidences of escalation or the couple becoming physical in any way for a set time period. As couples therapists, we just have to be really careful about who we are taking on as clients or not.
I don't know what else to do. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do.
I don't know what to do.
Tell me how I should be.
I don't know. You can't stop. I can't stop. I don't know what else to do.
I can't stop.
I mean, when couples get to this point of not knowing what else to do, this is often where divorce comes into play. Sometimes it's not that they want a divorce, but it feels more like there's no way of ever fixing the relationship dynamics. I've worked with many couples who are where this couple is, and they told me, we're not sure if therapy even works. We're actually already talking about divorce. So basically, if therapy doesn't work, then we're done. And it's been cool to see the couples week after week starting to get some hope, starting to get some understanding of the negative cycle that they're in. Bringing awareness to these couples about what's going on helps them to start seeing it, identifying it, calling it out, and sidestepping it. That's the goal. I mean, this movie breaks my heart. We see 2 people who came from traumatic environments. Neither were shown how to express their feelings, set clear boundaries, manage conflict. Realistically, do I believe that this couple has a chance of building a healthy relationship? Yes, but it's going to take a lot of work. There is no quick fix for any of these issues. You can have the best therapist in the world, but if as a couple you're not committed to the therapeutic process, no one can save you but yourselves. All right, hey, if you made it this far, then maybe there was something about this video that interested you or that you liked. So why don't you go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell icon. Feel free to leave a comment. I don't always read the comments because for my own mental health, setting those emotional boundaries is really important. So do what you got to do for your mental health. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time on Therapy Much?